everybody, welcome back. It's your boy RM, and today, let me just say, I made that video a while ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago when I made that video, maybe 3, basically, when I made that video about my predictions about how Disney was going to do this year. Let me just say, we are off to a great start on my bingo card, let's just say. And Disney's basically making me feel like my predictions are feeling pretty good right now. And you might ask why I say that? And the reason why I say that is because, look at this article. I'm going to put a snapshot of it on, just to kind of, show you, just kind of see what it looks like. Because as of right now, we are a bit in trouble. Or at least Disney's in trouble. That's the main thing. And it seems like they have ditched the mark, it seems. And the thing is, it's literally with The Little Mermaid. And The Little Mermaid seems like it's literally just throwing issues down for Disney. And it's like, you should have never made The Like a live action thing ever. If anything, it's hurting your brand more than actually helping it. Because here's the thing. As we know, it looks horrible. Really bad. The CGI looks bad, the characters look bad, everything looks bad. Literally, look at, Flounder and, oh my boy, Sebastian, he looks like he wants to die, man. As someone who likes, I like how crabs and lobsters look and stuff like that. Why do you gotta do my boy, Sebastian like that? Really, dude? You could have done better. You know it. But, Disney has to mass-produce stuff, to get things out the door quicker for streaming, apparently. So it's not like, hey, we could take, we should make a nice, high-quality, thing of this very important classic. This is a very, big piece of who we are, at least of our heritage. And, in some cases, you should, be very open and, acknowledge your heritage and be respectful to such heritage, right? And, understand where they come from. Yeah, sure, you might not have all the same point of views as you did back in the day, or, as the people who once watched that heritage, or, via traditions. But, you should at least respect it, right? And carry forward with it. If you're going to make, a live master remake of it, you need to have the heart and soul of the story. And they don't seem to be doing that, because they're doubling down on, go woke, get broke, that type of thing. So it's to the point where, however, they don't double down enough, because some people are literally, I've seen some news articles, and I've seen other people cover it too, where literally they're talking about, they should make Ursula trans, and you know what? I'm gonna have to agree with them. That would be kind of hella funny, to just watch them double down further, if you're gonna do that, just go all the way, man. Might as well, right? I don't know. You're already just going balls deep into this territory, might as well go further. Don't half-ass an already half-assed movie already. This movie looks half-assed, man, to be honest with you. Literally from our trailers and stuff like that, it looks so bad. I'm kind of almost done with Disney, to be honest. Is there anything good that's going to come from them? Talk a little bit about why it's not a good idea to double down, or, even then, I don't think it would have worked if Disney doubled down on the wokeness. I think it would have been funny if they doubled down, but I don't think that's the right move. However, I will say, if anything, when you double down, or at least on such a bad thing, right? Everyone's like, hey, the CGI is bad. Hey, this movie doesn't look good. It looks trash, or, everything like that. And you need to do something. You need to rework the movie so it actually works. You need to keep what has the heart and soul of the movie together. You need to respect the source material and work further. You know what I mean? Sure, you can do a little bit of tweaks and stuff like that to make a slightly altered story, because that's what I kind of like to see from a remaster. Is sometimes I like to see, sometimes it's nice to see a nice updated, up-to-date thing, of said movie. But sometimes I would kind of like to see it challenge a slightly different motive of the movie. Maybe be slightly more ambitious than the original movie. Retain most of the heart and soul, but add just a little extra flair at the end, to kind of help push what made the original movie great and just expand a little bit beyond the picture, this picture, and make it feel great. However, Disney does not have that in their system. My faith in them has dwindled ever since, mid-10s, I would say. Actually, late 10s, probably late 10s, honestly. I honestly think Moana was kind of the last, breath of inspiration, at least on the animated side of things, or, live action side, whatever. I didn't really care for the live action movies, to be honest with you. I was like, I just want to watch the animated versions, but, it's not good. And the last thing I want to say, too, about the live action is it just isn't good. All the publicity you get and all the money that you make from such films is not worth the cost of destroying your brand. Be real with me. Let's say if somehow the Little Mermaid actually made a profit, right? Which is most likely doubtful. I doubt it's going to break even. It's going to probably be like Lightyear, and not even barely break even, if not even. But basically, let's say if it somehow manages to profit, right? And let's say it profits like $50 million. I know, shocking, might be a crazy idea, but let's say hypothetically in an alternate universe that happens. Basically, if that were to happen, do you think that $50 million for the company of that size would be worth the destruction of such a popular and well-known franchise and brand? I think the answer is no. Because think of it like this. Since you literally destroyed this franchise in a movie, no one's going to trust you if you try to come out with another one. Because you destroyed their trust by destroying multiple franchises. And by doing this, you ruin your potential to actually make more films of such franchise. You can't go and say, oh, we're going to make The Little Mermaid live action, but we're going to make a second part to it. We're going to continue the story onwards, expand on some of the themes from before, and improve it as an extra. And, make it feel nice and, more full. But in reality, since you flopped the first movie, and sure, your profit of $50 million, but you're wasting your potential. Potentially, with a second movie and good writers, you could gross more money. Not only would the first movie make more money than, the bad movie that destroyed your brand, but with the sequel, you'd make even more money. So it doesn't make any sense for Disney to go out and be like, yeah, bro, let's just make movies. And it doesn't matter if they're absolute dog water. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. Who cares if the movie's good? They just want propaganda shoved in their face about identity politics. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with, talking about that stuff. It's just that I don't think it should be entertainment. The whole point of entertainment is to entertain, to give us a sense of escapism. And Disney is not allowing us to have a sense of escapism, because if you're shoving down our throats literally messages of politics and stuff like that, you are literally sucking us out of that reality or out of that fantasy and putting us back into reality. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We want to be in the fantasy to escape the real world. That's the reason why we paid good money for that movie ticket. Or we paid good money for your subscription fee. And to basically ruin that immersion, you really just don't. You're just ruining everything, man. And I know some shows can get away with it. Some shows or even, movies or documentaries. For example, like National Geographic. Yeah, fine. It's cool, to show actual real world things. However, when we're watching something from Disney, likely, we're not interested in that. We're interested in a fantasy setting. We want to watch a story about, a little mermaid named, Ariel. And basically, how she yearns to go to the surface world. She yearns to go and explore further from the ocean out of her dad's, grip of power, kind of over her, because he's, he could be a very controlling and protective father. And we want to see that. We want to see how that unfolds, how she goes after a boy, and how she trades her voice, for legs. We want to see that. We don't want to see, hey, Bobby, did you know women make less money than men? Based off of this statistic or something like that. Or, some transgender thing. And let's say, nothing wrong with that stuff. I have nothing wrong with it. It's just that in the context of entertainment, I don't want it there, please. I just want to be entertained. I just want to take my mind to another reality. If I want to talk about that, I could just, I would go online, and I can go on some forums, or I could watch videos about it, but the whole reason why I'm watching movies like The Little Mermaid and stuff like that is to escape. And if you do such a bad job at doing it, and you throw politics into it, you basically get Disney. They're trying too hard, and they got so far, but in the end, it doesn't really matter. Because they've thrown everything away for a few extra shekels, which in the long run isn't going to get them anywhere. It's short-term gains, and what are they going to do after they burn all their IPs? The answer is nothing. And as always, everyone, have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe if you like the content, notification if I hear more of this, or other random stuff too. Hear that one. So besides that, everyone, have a wonderful day, you beautiful people. La la la.